there are laws created that allows them to pay much less than even an ordinary person does in taxes. And I'll explain to you how it goes. I'm not talking about Amazon, the corporation, but Jeff Bezos, for example, was famously paid something like only $83,000 while he worked there, but the shares and his net worth was a lot higher than that. So while he was paying a lower marginal tax, his net worth was like in the hundreds. I understand it's not cash, but
hold on. You want to play a game?
No. I don't support this, and I don't even support a wealth tax, but I'm saying these are ways
it's not a loophole.
It's just
there
a generic
term. There are laws made for the ultra wealthy that it allows them to pay less taxes than a much poorer person.
That's absolutely not true.
Which part of it?
Absolutely not true. First of all, the wealthy pay substantially more taxes on average than if you look at the curve, it's a parabolic curve. The higher the income, the more taxes they pay. In total, I think what is it like? The top 1% pay something like 47% of all taxes.
Jeff
Bezos pays the same income tax that every American pays. He then pays capital gains tax, and the activists argue that capital gains should be income, and that by not paying the same amount on capital gains as you do on your income, that's a loophole. That's not correct.
Well, as I understand, he hasn't sold a lot of his stocks when he was
allowed
to. Well, when he was employed there.
First of all,
now he has.
Stock is not cash and can't be spent.
Yep.
So you can't claim that he should be taxed on something that's not money. But let's play this game. I have in my hand a tech deck fingerboard that I put together myself. Now, how much do you think someone will be willing to pay for Tim Pool's fingerboard that he actually uses during the show and does ollies with? What do you think?
$350.
$350? Okay.
$5.56.
It's now Elad's. Elad, you got to pay the government $100 taxes income because I gave you that. Simply by that being yours, that was cash, that was a transaction, that's how the taxes work. You now owe money on that. That's income.
I guess I'd be in the hole. But Tim, let me ask you. So Jeff Bezos was getting paid $80,000 a year while he was the CEO of Amazon, and he was worth something like hundreds of millions of dollars because of Amazon stock and billions. It depends on
not
the time.
Cash and
I understand. How do you think he should only owe taxes on 83? Calm down, Phil. So you think Jeff Bezos should only owe whatever?
Okay, Elad, how would he pay taxes on money he doesn't have?
I just think there's that's the workaround. So if you have above a certain amount, I think people argue that you should be forced to sell a small amount.
No! Oh my God, Elad, please.
That's the argument. That's not what.
Elad, stop. Just stop. Calm down. Let me explain. If Jeff Bezos could, which he legally can't because there's fiduciary responsibility to a company, meaning one, he has a contract that bars her from selling stock. Okay, unless a certain threshold of stock value is met. Two, if he dumps stock, the stock price collapses and it could cause the company to spiral into a free fall. The stock is used to generate revenue for the company to operate if they're not generating substantial revenues. So if Jeff Bezos was ordered by the government to violate his contract and sell stock so that he could cover the wealth tax they put on it, the company would enter free fall. Everyone would dump the stock overnight. It would become worthless. And then paradoxically, Jeff Bezos' net worth would be $100 million. And then he wouldn't owe those taxes in the first place.
The issue at hand here is that there's clearly an issue with how we're taxing people like this. If you think Jeff Bezos should only owe money on his $83,000 of income while he was working there and not anything on any of the hundreds of millions of dollars that he had in stock and net worth, there's a serious issue there because there are people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars who are again paying more than Jeff Bezos was at the time.
I gotta stop
and if you don't think there's any issue with somebody like that paying significantly less than again like people like millionaires, people making millions.
I'm going to mute you if you just keep ranting and saying wrong things over and over again. He did not make cash. There's no income.
I said his net worth.
His net worth is paper that exists in a nebulous concept in the mind. Do you know what paper value means?
How much is Jeff Bezos worth?
I think it's $170 billion.
Okay, and when he was CEO of Amazon, what does net worth mean?
What does net worth mean?
It means your culmination of your assets.
Okay, and where does the value of those assets come from?
The demand for them.
And what happens if the government says we are seizing your stock?
The stock value will go down.
And then what does he owe? Nothing?
He'll owe some. The issue is that he should be paying more. The amount
more. What he has no cash.
Okay, bro. I think he's purposefully setting up his assets in such a way that this will be the net result. And this is what people are talking about when people like Raymond were saying the loophole.
If he
this is the loophole.
Stock,
the loophole is the laws that...
If he sells the stock, he has to pay on the gain, on the realized gain of all of the cash he brings in.
Sure, but Tim, you understand that he's purposefully taking a low... He was taking a low income on purpose. He was taking a low salary on purpose to be able to affect this loophole. And that is the issue at hand. No, he purposefully set it up this way so he would
fundamentally misunderstand how any of the corporate structure works in this country. Let's try this. Let's slow down. What is a C Corp?
There's like a C Corp and an S Corp. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know the exact.
You don't know why they exist. Okay, first,
one's for an individual, I believe, and one's for a group. But you could go ahead.
Right. So the issue here is, if you don't understand something as basic as like they have B Corps now, LLCs, an S Corp technically is an LLC, a C Corp is as well. There's special classifications. If you don't know what those mean, that's 101. Okay. So if you look to a CEO who's running a company and then you go, he should pay money on money he doesn't have, is what you're saying, because the company he runs is worth a lot of money. We have a problem here where logic has failed. My point is, let's start with, you don't even know what a C Corp is, so let's not play the game of you think Jeff Bezos intentionally took an action to obfuscate his wealth and avoid paying taxes.
You don't think that's what he's doing here?
No.
That he did? Okay. Then
that is applying malintent to a man who is probably just abiding by tax law as he's instructed by his lawyer. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.